Hey guys, it's ANicWin, also known as Amy, and happy Monday. I hope you're having a lovely day. This is a cafe build here in Britechester. I am not building in most of the structure you're about to see. I'm going to build in probably a quarter of it. To be fair, half of it is just a shell, and then I don't do anything with the upstairs area. Because it didn't feel necessary. However, if you download this and you want to live here, I don't know, you could create an apartment above a cafe and have your sim live in that kind of an apartment unit. I'm using air quotes. You can't see it, but they're there. But if you wanted to do something like that, there's plenty of space to do so. You would just have to change the lot type, and you'd probably have to hire a barista or whatever they're called in the game. But you got options. I only wanted the cafe portion, and the reason being, the reason why I'm here is I'm playing, it's not really a structured LP, it's just kind of like a little mini, I don't know. I'm playing through the Discover University gameplay, so I'm playing with the aspiration. I can't words today, apparently. I'm playing with the aspiration, and I'm just kind of working through it, and I wanted something other than the pub. I don't really like the pub. Well, I like it. That's not fair to say. I don't feel like a bar is necessary for this area just because there's so many in all of the other worlds. And I feel like a cafe was going to be better, particularly for my gameplay. And that's not to say that I'm looking down on anybody who frequents a pub or a bar, because once upon a time, that was me. But I feel like it's kind of a stereotypical thing, or at least where I'm from, where, if you have some studying to do and you're just sick of being in your dorm room or your house, you'll go to Panera or Starbucks or something like that, someplace with free Wi-Fi where you can grab a coffee, grab something to eat. I used to go to a place called Ovid's and sit and do homework a lot, so this actually kind of looks like Ovid's just a little bit, but that was kind of the thought, and I figured I would use this a lot more than I was going to use Pepper's Pub. So that's just me. That's my thought process. So the structure on the right hand side, that's a little bit more modern. It's this gray and black and white and slate kind of mixture, is actually where the cafe is. The other half I'm kind of picturing as a bookstore or something like that, maybe even a restaurant. I just don't furnish it because I wasn't going to use it. And then the backyard, the landscaping's super simple. We have this little grassy patch that has really no purpose other than the fact that I use one of those little pea bushes because there has to be a toilet on the lot, but I didn't want to build a full bathroom because I just didn't want to. So that's really all the purpose that this serves. And then there's a little, I guess it's a paved patio area that has a few tables on it and chairs so you can sit outside. I also place a couple of, trash cans. That's not what I was going to say though. I place a speaker outside. I don't place one inside. So if you want music, it'll be outside. I didn't place one on the interior. Maybe I'll change that before I upload this because I'm just thinking about it, but probably not. And I'm fully aware that if you have seasons, a speaker is going to break. There's nothing to be done. Other than remove it. I don't know. But I like music outside. It's just, I don't know. I continue to do it even knowing that within 2 seconds of gameplay it's going to be broken. But yeah, so it's all really, really simple. I am super excited for the new expansion pack that's coming out, and that's really why I've been playing with Discover University. I want that back to school feeling, which is kind of mirroring my own life. If you've been following along, even if you haven't, here's a refresher, I guess, a little fun fact. I did just finish my undergrad in Family and Consumer Sciences. I guess I got what my major was, and I got a minor in home visiting, so I got some credentials. But I finished that in May of this year, and I've actually enrolled in grad school already, and that starts up in August 22nd or 23rd. I'd have to check the date. I'm horrible with dates, just like names, if I've not really thought about it. But that's starting back up, so I'm getting kind of geared up for that. I really do enjoy school. I don't want to do it for my entire life or anything like that, but I do like learning new things, so it's kind of getting me a little pumped up for the pack and for life. That's how I'm relating to it. And then we jump here into the interior. Now, I make a bold decision here with this countertop. It's the the island countertop, so it's got the lip, and I just sort of shove it through the wall. And the reason for that being is I didn't want the edge that goes against the wall, because there's not an edge. Do you know what I'm talking about? It's like the piece that sticks up, the backing. I don't really know what it's called, but I didn't want that because there's not one along the other pieces, and it just felt awkward. I tried it, hated it, decided to shove that through the wall. Since it's an empty lot next door, I didn't care if anything poked through. That's why there's also a bit of plant, if you can see that. It was a design choice. I don't know if it was a great one, but it's definitely a choice. And now we're working on the decor. Now all of this footage, I did everything in one take, so it took me about an hour from start to ending. It was probably a little less than. My game froze a couple of times, so you might notice a couple of cuts. I don't know what was causing it to be so weird, but it panicked me and I had to save it a few times because I thought, oh no, what if we lose, all the progress? I would have been so upset, but we didn't lose it, thank the Lord. But yeah, it's all one cut, so you're not going to see a whole lot of jumping in and out. And I don't build like that normally, but here lately I've really been into community lots. I love them. I know a lot of people, they don't care really either way, or they completely despise them. I like making them. You can't really customize them the way that you would customize a house, but you still customize it in the sense that you're making a specific business, if that makes sense. I don't know. I enjoy it. I don't know why I'm validating myself, but here we are. So I decided to do this little, again, design choice where I took the two, what is that? Is that hexagonal shelves that came with, I think it's kids' room stuff. It's either kids' room or it's like parenthood, but I think it's kids' room. The normal swatch is like white with multicolored like interior, like the shelving where you set it was like blue, red, green, purple maybe. There's one color for each one. I forget what they are now, but I knew they had this dark wood swatch, and I'm so thrilled that it paired really well with this bookshelf. And I don't know what pack this bookshelf is from. I think it's Get Together, but I'm probably wrong, so don't quote me on that. But I really loved that the wood tones matched as I stumble through that. And I thought it made it just a little bit interesting, since I'm envisioning this as a place where my sim will come and do homework. The bookshelf I felt was pretty necessary. But I also thought this one is so decorative, it looks like a good like feature piece. Like, there's product on there that they're selling. There's just little knickknacks and things like that that really give it personality. If you have like a downtown area in your city, if you've ever been in any of the old like bakeries or cafes, if you have them, I'm assuming here, but if you have them, or at least around here, they typically have a lot of knickknacks and stuff like that, just kind of decorating the space. There's not a whole lot of sitting room, and that's because you're meant to grab and go. And I was just kind of emulating that just a bit, and I don't know, this wall made me so happy. I like all the reds and the blues and the greens and even some yellows. I like all of those tones kind of popping in. I like that it felt so random. I don't know, it sparked joy for me. Were you waiting for it? Probably not. I have a few friends of mine who, when they watch my videos, they're like, is she gonna say it? Is she gonna say it? And I really do say it probably too much, but can't help it. It's a habit I refuse to give up. And now we're moving here to the windows. Now, initially I was going to decorate the two windows here as seating, and we just don't have enough throw pillows. We just didn't have anything that I thought was going to look appropriate and comfortable and not stick out the other side. So, if I use tool mod or something like that. So I just throw a couple of pillows here in this window, and I place a basket, that basket that came with Cottage Living that's got the little Afghan and I think it's got 2 pillows. Yeah. I place that up there. I'm thinking this is just like a cozy corner. I don't know why you would grab a blanket from a public place and use it, but I mean, it's your life. You can do what you want. I wouldn't do it, but Maybe it's a basket of stuff that they're selling. I don't know. Either way, this is like a cozy little corner for someone to sit. And then I use a couple of leather chairs that we got with the industrial kit, I think, the loft one. For someone who's bad with names, I feel like I'm doing pretty good. But I use a couple of these. It pulls in more of that kind of greenish blue. I think that's more blue than green. And I was going to use this table because I really like the color, but it just felt wrong. So I end up trying to swap it out for one that I think is gray. And the table just is not the right size, and I was feeling a little lazy. So again, I made a design choice. Don't know if it's great, but the choice definitely happened. And I keep the giraffe lamp, and I just, I raise it back up to its original size, and I sink it to the floor, and I just leave it beside that chair. It's tall enough that I think it doesn't, it's not random, but it's not so big that it's taking up space, if that makes sense. And then I just place a little potted area, I don't know what that is, like a clay pot, beside the other chair. And there's some plants here in the window. So there's some greenery, there's some leather. I just like all the different textures and stuff like that and colors that are in this corner. I would sit in this corner if this is where I came in to work, to study. I would be right by that window. Now we're gonna work some more on the little cafe area, the barista area. There's not a whole lot to do because it's all one piece that they give you, and there's not a lot of slots. So I didn't want to go too crazy with clutter because I wanted to make sure it worked, and it does work. I did play test it before doing the voiceover. And a random plot twist, I did manage to squeeze that in. But I didn't want to go too crazy because there's nothing worse than downloading a community lot and it just not working. So hopefully it works for you guys. I didn't have any issues other than Katrina she's in Oasis Springs. I can't think of her last. Katrina Caliente kept cutting me in line. So that was like an issue, but we worked through it. It's fine. But yeah, all of that works. So that's that area. It just, again, we bring in the plants, we bring in the wood tones, and it's just a nice little seamless area. And then we move on to where there's going to be seating. So I have multiple options. You have the tables outside with the umbrellas. I have 4 of those little round tables that you see now, and I decided to pull out different colors. And then I have 2 bar height tables, and these are actually like the tech tables. So in my head, there's like plugins, like for your laptops. Maybe they're USB, maybe they're the actual wall plugs. I don't know. But it's kind of like the ones you see in airports and stuff like that. And I put out a few laptops as if people are here studying. I also put out a stack of books and a little pen holder. The pen holder looks way too big for the table, but I left it like that anyway. And I didn't realize until literally just this moment that the tables have that green metal like color, I guess, on the base. I didn't think that that's the one that I chose. I thought it was more the orange one. I'm not going to change it, but if you don't like the green, just know I thought I was going for the more coppery orange one. Best laid plans, And then we work here in this other window bay. So this one is a little bit smaller in the fact that it's not as deep. And I didn't go too crazy here. I just placed a few books on that little nook. There's a single table with, that's not a table, there's a single chair with that lamp that came with Decor to the max. I still don't really love that kit. And when I say that, I mean, it's just not my style, but I do like some of the pieces that came with it. And I held off from buying that for way longer than I probably should have, considering I do enjoy it. Just not all together. I like it broken up and separated. I don't know. It was a pleasant surprise for me, I guess is what I'm saying. That's pretty much this corner. I do hang 2 of these plants again. I size one up. I leave one the normal size. These are the ones that came with paranormal stuff, I think. I just love a good hanging plant, And then we're just gonna kind of finish it off and hang up some pictures, some decor, and stuff like that. So I'm gonna leave you guys here to enjoy the little bit that remains of the build and the screenshots. As always, feel free to leave a like or a comment down below letting me know what you think. You can also subscribe if that's something that would spark joy for you. I will be posting the screenshots on Instagram if you want to hop over there and check those out. I will see you on Monday with my next video, and in the meantime, I hope you have a lovely day and a lovely rest of your week. Bye guys!
I was lost in a sea was at home again beside the stream. Then you walked past me and you saw me and smiled. I will never forget the first time when I saw you. I thought I lost my mind. Blue and faded was blown away and left behind. I hope you'll always be around, even if I fail. You are like a summer breeze that I must inhale. Is it possible for us